First, we had the protein craze. Now add fiber. A trend called fiber maxing is going viral, encouraging people to eat more fiber. Social media influencers are pushing people to maximize their daily fiber intake by eating gut-boosting foods like fruits and legumes. Food and beverage companies are also offering more fiber-enhanced products to try to keep up. But rather than maxing out, many nutritionists say balance is key when it comes to fiber.
Generally, you're going to be a little too full before you overdo it, but you absolutely can. And in severe cases, there could even be a blockage. And in not so severe cases, for some people, they'll have GI distress, like gas or bloating. So again, you want to make sure you add slow, so go slow and stay hydrated.
If you're trying to eat more fiber, health experts advise gradually increasing your intake by a few grams every week. And the news continues right now at 5:30. Stephanie continues our coverage with more.
Yeah, Aaron, a lot to get to right now at 5:30. City officials in New Haven going after smoke shops that are not following the rules, some even closing. But could it open the door for others to move in?
Connecticut's only live radar, First Alert Live Radar, is scanning clear and dry right now, but that will not be the case for the holiday weekend, especially Sunday, a First Alert weather day. We'll let you know what we're expecting, the timeline on rain, and if it lingers into Monday in the First Alert forecast.
Plus, Harvard fighting grade inflation with a cap to top grades, what it means for students and how they feel about it, coming up.
Now on Channel 3 and streaming on WFSB+. This is Eyewitness News at 5:30.
And first up at 5:30, a dreary evening tonight, looking live in New London, but it's almost time to fire up the grill for Memorial Day weekend, right? Or is it? The weather is starting to look a little rainier, so let's hear it from our First Alert weather meteorologist, Mike Slifer. And, well, this forecast looks good. You got behind you.
Yeah, tomorrow is the day to maybe get your yard prepped if you'll be the one hosting. Temperatures around 70 inland, mid-60s at the shoreline. Filtered sunshine throughout the day, but, well, this will change quickly. By Saturday, we're expecting things to be cool, and showers will develop late Saturday. And then eventually, we will actually see that coalesce into steadier rain Saturday night into Sunday. Periods of rain expected. It's going to be unseasonably cool on Sunday, our First Alert weather day. By Monday, we start to see some improvements. Milder, still some isolated showers out there, but certainly not looking quite as wet as what we will experience the day prior. Outdoor plans will be impacted on Sunday. Travel will be impacted. We're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. And while we aren't concerned about flooding, considering the length of time that this all falls, we do expect certainly big issues when it comes to actually being outdoors. This evening, well, we're into the 50s at the shoreline. 59 between New Haven, 57 in Groton. We see about 60 to 65 or so elsewhere across the state. And this is about what we expected. So if your plans take you out and about this evening, maybe for some outdoor dining, the last several nights you've been able to just throw on a t-shirt and shorts and you'll be all right. Not the case this evening. 60 to 65 with temperatures sliding into the upper 50s, lower half of the 60s by 8 p.m. And we will see some of the cloudiness break apart. It's not until next week, though, when summer-like warmth returns. How high will those temperatures climb? Oh, we'll tell you coming up in 10 minutes or less.
All right, sounds good, Mike. Thank you. Now at 5:30, illegal cannabis crackdown. In the last few months, 2 New Haven smoke shops suddenly closed, and it comes as the city looks to crack down on those breaking the law. Matt McFarland is your reporter covering New Haven County. He is live downtown with those details right now. Matt.
Hi there, Stephanie. Well, the smoke shop that was here on Chapel Street never reopened after a raid last month. Another one just down the block, well, it recently closed its doors as well. New Haven's mayor says clearly those 2 shops not operating in good faith. Now they're gone. But when it comes to gone for good, well, that's to be determined.
I'm not surprised that this one is shut down, or the one up there.
Chapel Smoke Shop is closed up, cleared out, and dark inside. But Gabriel Mendoza recalls often seeing a crowd here.
A lot of people hang around here. Like I said, a lot of underage children ask a lot of older people to buy them smokes.
That all changed early April, following a raid in which state agents and New Haven police claim illegal cannabis was being sold here.
It's unregulated, it could be dangerous for people, and smoke shops are, we found a number of them are doing that.
And just up the street, Anesthesia suddenly closed this month, licensed to sell e-cigarettes, nicotine, and tobacco. Connecticut's Attorney General says that store got caught selling high THC cannabis products in February. and then nabbed again in March.
A lot of these smoke shops are a real detriment to the neighborhood.
Last spring, New Haven put a new ordinance in place, giving its health department more oversight with licenses, inspections, and fines. And the city can now also limit where new stores can go. Specifically, they can't be near an existing smoke shop, a church, a school, or a park. But as for the two locations downtown near the Green and their future use, it's a little tricky, thanks to zoning regulations.
If the smoke shop closes, another smoke shop can move in. However, if the smoke shop closes and then there's another use in between, it can never be a smoke shop again.
Gabriel says he just hopes a different type of tenant will set up shop soon.
I feel like these smoke shops did have like a negative impact on the community. Probably like a lot of stores that be selling stuff that is not supposed to.
The mayor says if there is a shop in your neighborhood where you think something illegal is taking place, he says let the city know. That way the health department, police, they can pay a visit and do a little investigation. Your reporter live in New Haven, Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Matt, thank you. Now 5:30, lawmakers with strong reaction today about the I-Team's report yesterday when we told you about a 3-page document entirely redacted by the Connecticut State Colleges and University system. State Senator Stephen Harding had some harsh words in a statement, writing in part, "What an insult, yet another slap in the face to students, their families, CSCU employees, and state taxpayers." The report is what Special Advisor to the Board of Regents Taryn Chang has been working on. It's supposed to be about best practices to improve the system. CSCU claims the document is a draft, and draft documents are exempt from being public. A final report will be made public soon. And new at 5:30, Harvard University announced this week it's going to start capping the number of top grades undergraduates can receive to fight grade inflation. But as your reporter Samantha Cheney found, many students aren't too happy about this.
I think it's just really harmful for like a classroom environment.
Students in Cambridge speaking out tonight, disagreeing with Harvard's decision to soon make getting an A at the Ivy League school even tougher for undergraduate students.
It's like just seems like more of a competition, and it's like already a competition to be there.
Starting in the fall of 2027, officials say instructors will only be allowed to give A grades to at most 20% of those enrolled in a class, plus 4 extra students.
But I don't think that making a smaller group of people get the A is going to make it less competitive.
According to Harvard faculty, grade inflation has become a major issue. A statement from the subcommittee who proposed the policy said, quote, "An A will once again be what Harvard's guidelines have long said it is, a mark of extraordinary distinction." The policy raises further questions for Harvard Business School student Rachel Karp, who worries it may leave some students applying for graduate programs at a disadvantage.
I wonder if the med schools and the law schools and other sort of rigorous grad school programs would also understand and potentially have a lower GPA expectation.
Harvard says there will be no limit on other grades, and the hope is that it will allow students to feel less anxious and take more risks.
But I don't think the problem is that we need less A's. I think the problem is that students need to feel like they can get validation and feel good about themselves through other things as well.
And that was Samantha Cheney reporting. Now, over the next year, Harvard officials say they will be working on a plan to implement this policy, and after 3 years, they'll do another review of it. The Connecticut Law Enforcement Memorial Committee adding 3 new names to the wall in Meriden today. New London Police Sergeant Frank Linehan died in 1950 while responding to a crowd damaging the Guard Arts Theater. FBI Special Agent Donald Cleaver died in 2024 from cancer after responding to the World Trade Center in 2001. And Yale police officer Greg Swantek had a heart attack March of 2025, helping during an arrest, and died. Law enforcement leaders today say these officers made the ultimate sacrifice.
Like you, I believe that one name on the memorial is too many. I wish I could look at that memorial and see blank walls. Yet sadly, year after year, we add more names, and today we remember all the troopers and officers who gave their lives to keep us safe.
And you can find more information about the fallen officers, the foundation, and how to submit a nomination, all on the Connecticut Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation's website. Still ahead on your news at 5:30, the warning signs of addiction, what to watch out for, plus treatment and support options out there. That's next in Medical Rounds. Plus, after 11 years, Stephen Colbert is signing off as the host of The Late Show. How we got to this point and what it means for the future of late-night television. That's next. But let's head outside right now for a live look over the city of Waterbury. A look ahead to the holiday weekend. And it's not good news, unfortunately, in your first alert forecast every 10 minutes or less. Checking back in on that first load traffic, no major issues out on the roads right now. A little slow going in some places like 91 in Hartford, 91 in Meriden too. Of course, if we hear any problems, we will let you know right here on air and on the WFSB app. Today, we are talking about addiction and the warning signs many people may miss. An expert from Hartford Healthcare is sharing how addiction can affect daily life and what friends and family members can do if they think a loved one may need help. Here's Channel 3's Kara Sunland.
Joining us to explain more is Dr. Craig Allen, the Vice President of Addiction Services at Hartford Healthcare and the Medical Director of Rushford. We've had the pleasure of interviewing many times. Doctor, thank you for being here. Let us know the earliest warning signs that really we could notice if someone is struggling with addiction.
You know, there's a misconception that they're dramatic and you know right away that there's a substance use problem. The first thing people often see and what you should be looking for are subtle changes in mood, in behavior, and in function. You know, what families might see is someone is less productive at work, someone's less reliable, someone lost their motivation, or they're irritable, or they're more secretive or isolative. Those are the kinds of things that might pop up. And the bottom line is look for functional changes, not just the fact that someone's using a substance.
Okay. So addiction also, how would it impact maybe daily life? You mentioned motivation, but also relationships and mental health.
Right. It affects relationships. It affects parenting. It affects finances, physical health, and emotional well-being. You know, using substances can affect every aspect of somebody's life. When people are using substances, gradually more and more they start to organize their life around obtaining that substance, using that substance, and then recovering from that substance. So something that might have been recreational and once in a while becomes a thing that is affecting every aspect of their lives.
So we have a little less than a minute left, but if you think this is happening and you have a loved one who needs help, what can we do and what treatment options are available?
It's important not to ignore these changes. You don't have to have the answers to show that you care and are concerned and reach out in a supportive way, a non-confrontational way. Hartford Healthcare and Rushford has a full continuum of services: outpatient, intensive outpatient, withdrawal management, residential, and recovery services. The services are out there. They're effective. The earlier you can get an assessment, the earlier you can get into treatment, the better the outcomes are.
Dr. Craig Allen, we appreciate your time and your expertise. Thank you, as always. And I want to let everyone know about a webinar that you can join in and get more information if you're concerned about this in your family. It's Tuesday, May 26th. The registration is open now. It's required to attend, but you can just show up. Go to hartfordhealthcare.org/events to sign up. Could be really important for you to listen to. Thanks so much.
The Drought Monitor comes out every Thursday at 8:30 in the morning, and in case you missed it earlier when Tyler Hughes was talking about it, here's the update. Moderate drought expanded through parts of southwestern Connecticut and southeastern Connecticut, abnormally dry elsewhere. So What does this mean? Well, it means we're running rainfall deficits and groundwater is lacking a bit too. So we could use some rain. And the First Alert 7-day forecast certainly shows rain chances. Poorly timed for the holiday weekend. Tomorrow we're expecting to see some filtered sunshine. Will be around 70 degrees in the afternoon. Showers expected late Saturday, some dry time early on. Sunday, a first alert weather day. Wet, cool, temps only in the upper 50s, unseasonably cool for this time of year. Isolated showers are possible Monday, but it certainly looks like an improvement overall. We're back into the 70s, and then it's next week when temperatures really start to take off. How about upper 50s at the shoreline both Saturday and Sunday? It's not until Monday where we're back in the 60s. 75 to 80 on Tuesday, plenty of sunshine, maybe some showers late on Wednesday. We're expecting temps 80 to 85, and we'll be around 80 statewide by Thursday next week as sunshine increases. But we need to talk about the holiday weekend here. Saturday, 9 in the morning, if you are heading west, you'll be driving into the rain. It takes a while for the rain to actually work its way into the state. The quiet corner is still dry even into the later part of the afternoon and the evening. And then Saturday night, these showers turn into a batch of steadier rain. Here we are, 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, so before the sun has risen. And we'll be tracking the rain as it settles in. When you join Jill Gilardi here this weekend, she'll be tracking those rounds of rain. They could be moderate to heavy at times. This particular run of Futurecast only goes through 1 p.m. on Sunday, and we're already looking at almost 1 to 2 inches of rain statewide. And as we get more runs of this in, we'll likely see that whole area shift to the northeast as well. It looks like 1 to 2 inches will be possible across all of Connecticut. Here's a live look on our iCam in Torrington. Certainly green, rather gray when you look at the cloud cover. We're battling those right now. The showers from earlier on have slid offshore, so we are dry, but it still isn't exactly bright. And we don't expect it to be bright as the evening goes on. We'll see temperatures fall out of the 60s into the 50s, and we could see some partial clearing overnight tonight. Just a partly cloudy sky. As we start the day off tomorrow with some breaks of sunshine, we'll be in the upper 40s and low 50s. We'll talk much more about that in just a moment. Temperatures will be working their way to about 70 inland, 65 at the shoreline. But as we've been mentioning, it's the weekend where we really start to see things fall apart. Saturday, showers late, cool, 63 inland, 57 at the shore. Sunday is our first alert weather day with highs only in the 50s and periods of rain. We'll talk much more about just how cool things are going to be tonight and maybe where there will be some frost, not in Connecticut, in just a few minutes.
Yeah, thank goodness, not in Connecticut. All right, Mike, thank you. Still ahead, Stephen Colbert signs off. A look back at the Late Show and how the late night landscape is changing. Ahead. Yeah, we have some breaking news just into the newsroom right now. Sad news. NASCAR driver Kyle Busch has died at the age of 41. NASCAR posted the news just minutes ago on their Facebook page. Earlier in the day, we learned Busch had been in the hospital with a serious illness. That's all we knew. And at that point, we knew he would not compete this weekend. But once again, we now know Kyle Busch has died at the age of 41. Stephen Colbert signs off from The Late Show on CBS tonight after more than a decade as host. The network is ending the program after a 30-year run that started with David Letterman. Your reporter Bradley Blackburn has more on what it means for late-night television.
When Stephen Colbert kicked things off at The Late Show on CBS in 2015, there were questions about whether his kind of comedy would work. But Colbert raced ahead in the ratings after he focused squarely on politics with the political rise of Donald Trump.
A wall in every place.
His satire drew the ire of the president, but found an audience, even as TV viewing fractured.
Not only did Stephen bring his show to #1, but he inspired the likes of Seth Meyers and Kimmel and others around him who were also doing it. But it became a much more, that was a synergistic relationship.
CBS says ending the show after 11 seasons was, quote, purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night.
As The Late Show signs off, the future is uncertain for the historic Ed Sullivan Theater, a broadcasting landmark here in New York City.
It's where the Beatles played on American TV for the first time, and later home to David Letterman, who returned last week to revive traditions.
Yes!
Fans with tickets for the series finale lined up hours ahead. Jared Moats flew in from Texas.
He's a great comedian, and we will miss him dearly.
New Yorker Sherry Turner was also in the audience for Colbert's first show on CBS. What are you going to miss about Stephen Colbert?
His voice, his honesty, his logic.
An end for The Late Show and a major change for television. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And you can catch the final episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert tonight right here on Channel 3 after your 11 o'clock news.
If you're like Stephanie, the word frost may have caught your ear, and while we're not expecting frost here in Connecticut, it really isn't all that far away. Take a look at this map here. Frost advisories up for parts of upstate New York and northern New England, even freeze warnings in the mix. And this just goes to show how cool the air is that is arriving, and we expect things to be cool relatively here tonight. Temperatures will be in the 40s across the Litchfield Hills, 43 tonight in Sharon. We're looking at 45 in Winstead, 44 in Granby tonight, 46 in Ellington, 45 in Storrs, and 48 in Plainfield. Closer to the shoreline, closer to 50 degrees. Mystic tonight, 49. Jewett City, 48. We'll be around 48 in Portland, 50 in Haddam tonight, 51 in Madison, 49 in Wallingford, 52 in Milford, 50 in Ansonia. As we get into the holiday weekend, one day will feature high temperatures in the 50s. It's also a first alert weather day. We'll tell you how much rain we're expecting to fall. That's coming up on Eyewitness News at 6.
Right, Mike, thank you. And Eyewitness News at 6 is straight ahead. Here's a look at what's coming up.
Many people getting ready to hit the road for the long holiday weekend. We'll tell you the best times to drive, how much gas could cost, and if you should be worried about construction.
Also, are more legal troubles in store for Erin Stewart? What experts think could damage her defense. Next.
And emergency visits for tick bites on the rise, when you should be concerned, and some other options to consider.
Plus, your first alert forecast every 10 minutes or less when you join us next at 6.